Did you know that? Sorry, I wasn't aware that they were allowed to show like horrible beatings on TV.
Yeah, I mean they have had cops on TV for a while. I feel like that has already been like that line has already been crossed.
This was horrible. It was such a savage beating, such a savage, brutal
Okay,
beating.
all right.
I
I'll play into your hand. What are you talking about?
thought you would have guessed it because we were just talking about it. It's
Oh,
Tulsy Gabbard fucking destroying Kamala Harris on TV. Well,
the DNC debate.
the DNC debate,
Yeah,
talking about how she used to like imprison people and like hide evidence so that they couldn't be exonerated or whatever.
yeah. And I was watching like a little highlight reel, and I didn't see everything, but there was one part where like Tulsi was coming after Kamala for like the healthcare bill,
Mm-hmm.
but Biden had already kind of said something, and she was like Kamala was like spatting back with Biden.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she like started by replying to Tulsi about something, but like gave her like two sentences, and then was like, "But actually, I want to address Biden over here,"
Oh
and
my
just
god.
completely gave her like Tulsi a free pass. So I thought it was hilarious that Tulsi was coming super hard, kind of generally after her,
Yeah.
being critical, and then was like, I disagree with what you're saying, Tulsi, but I want to come shit over Biden over here.
Yeah, because like she has nothing to say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny that it's like someone's coming after you and you're like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to take care of someone else and make myself look good. Make
Yeah,
them look like
right.
shit.
See if I could pick on somebody else. Pick on the white man.
Yeah, the easy one.
Yeah, the easiest target there. Welcome to the Overtly Disagreeable podcast where two assholes talk about nothing. We're your hosts. My name is Ken and this is Shane.
Hello, everyone.
So how was your week, man?
Pretty boring.
Yeah.
Nothing really exciting happening.
Nothing?
No, just the same old shit.
Nothing.
mean,
new in
working.
Smite?
No, it's been a little bit less playing of
Mm.
Smite. Some people have starting to get the new meta is getting underneath
What-
their skin.
What's the new meta?
Well, it's like the new items that they added.
Oh, okay.
Also, by the way, I remembered from last week. Well, I didn't remember because I had to check, but
Mhm.
the skin I was thinking about in the battle pass that I was forgetting,
Okay.
it was the apocalyptic or fun apocalypse,
Fun pop.
Shiba Lanke skin, where he's got like a rabbit head,
Okay.
like a mascot head on his head, and he's got like a stop sign, and he's like all like apocalypse themed.
Okay,
like-
all right.
and his
Like kind
bolas
of
aren't
like a Mad
bolas,
Max
they're-
sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly, but like more goofy.
Okay, all right.
Like I said, rabbit head.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pink
that's-
rabbit
that's-
head on top of his head.
But like when you said that, I imagined like a decrepit pink rabbit. Well, not decrepit.
Yeah,
but
well,
like,
it's not in great
like,
repair. It's
yeah,
not
that's
colorful.
what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like shaded light, but it's got a colorful like character to it.
Yeah, like it used to belong to something cute.
Yeah, but I just mean in general, like the color palette is duller because of the apocalyptic theme,
Mm-hmm.
but it had like the characters. You could tell that there's a lot of vibrancy that
Oh,
like,
okay.
it could have.
Yeah.
But whatever. I know the theme that they're going for. But yeah, some people have been like not so into it lately because it's kind of a bullshit meta. It's kind of fucked up.
So what are the new items? Because I don't. 'Cause I haven't
There's
played in a little while.
4. I don't know what the hunter one does. I think it has something to do with like it gives you like a crit, like a free crit almost. I don't know the bow one because I don't
Okay.
use hunters that often. I never rebuild it. But the shield, it gives you 20% cooldown and 40 and 40. And then
Oh,
what it
shit.
does is when you ult, it gives you a shield that's based on the amount of protections that you have.
Oh my
I think
god.
it's half the amount of protections. And then when the shield either gets destroyed or dissipates after like 5 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
it pops for damage.
Jesus Christ! Is this a guardian item? Or
This is an item
guess.
that can be bought by, I believe, mages, warriors, and guardians.
yeah. Okay.
And it gives you health.
It could probably be bought by everyone.
I
would
can't
imagine.
remember. I think there's
'Cause, like-
there's something that makes it. It's like the masks, where not every character can buy
I
every
suppose,
mask.
yeah.
They specifically limit it. And then there's
Jesus Christ, that's a good item.
Then there's the sword that gives you when you ult. All the things do it something when they ult.
Okay.
The sword gives you invisibility vision for 120 units.
Okay. All
around
right.
you.
Yeah.
I can't remember for how long. And there's some other interaction with the invisibility where like you can track them through walls and shit like that.
So
I
it's
think.
it's harder for like a Loki to sneak up on you or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, or try to get away.
yeah,
kinda
because you can
biz
see
out.
him.
Yeah, exactly. or even Jormungandr.
Yeah,
Basically,
but
anyone with
not as
stealth.
much of a threat, though.
Exactly, but usually a good example is Loki.
Yeah.
And then what's the other item? There's a bow, there's the shield, there's the sword, and then...
That shield alone makes me want to get back into the game.
I mean, you can buy it and go for it.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember what the other item was. It's a mage item. Oh, right. It's a... I believe it can be bought by guardians and mages only.
Okay, so magic users.
I might be wrong about this, but I know there's some that's class specific.
Okay.
But this one I know for sure is for guardians and mages. And what it is when you ult,
Mm-hmm.
the next ability you use after an ult
Mm-hmm.
has no cooldown.
What?
It
So you
instantly-
basically just use two, so
Yeah.
you can just... Holy
but
fucking
only
shit.
at like 70% power and 70% the
That's-
amount of stun. I know.
That's
It's
still
freebie.
really good.
I know, and there's tons of applications. I've tried to play Kabrakan Jungle,
Mm-hmm.
but I never got a chance to build it because I think the game ended too quickly before I could build it.
That's a real shame.
I know, but the idea is you walk up, you box them in,
Yeah.
you 2 stun them, you 1 stun them, or you tremors to get your stacks back up for
Yeah.
your 2, then you 2 them again, and then you 1 them. And you
Jesus
just
Christ.
nut them with damage. It's pretty gross. I've only really used the shield so far with Nike,
Mm-hmm.
and I did some testing and stuff like that, and I could get that shield to pop for like 216
Oh my
as
god.
a free hit.
Yeah.
And when I pop the shield with Nike,
Mm-hmm.
because she already gets a shield at max level, that's 50% of her health.
Does that include as part of the damage?
No,
Okay.
because it's only the Puritan shield that does the damage. But
Okay.
all the protections you get for building tanky go into the shield for Puritan.
Jesus fuck.
So it's pretty good. So when I ulted with Nike with the specific build that I had built,
Mm-hmm.
I had my health bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then 75% of my health bar was shield.
Jesus.
So I had 1.75 times the amount of health, and then when the 25% popped,
Mhm.
it popped for damage.
Okay,
And then I have
yeah.
my Nike shield, which just lasts and persists a little bit longer.
Fuck, man.
It's pretty gross.
Man, I feel like that item is really good with somebody like Scylla, because you ult, and then you get your 2. I guess you get 2 twos.
No, you're thinking of the staff or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
The
yeah.
shield
Sorry,
is the
not
one that
shield,
pops for a
sorry.
shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one that allows you to use an ability twice. Yeah, that is. There's a
Fuck.
lot of people that it's been tested on. I saw a guy online that was thinking that Ganesh is probably one of the better combos because what you could do is you could ult,
Mhm.
pin somebody with the 3, and then 3 them again. So they're basically standing there
Yeah, okay.
for
I
like
could
the
see that.
entire duration of the ult. And if you get
Fuck.
6 procs of the Ganesh
Of the-
bars,
yeah, of the
that's
ult.
that's a lot of damage.
That's a shit ton of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of what's the word I'm trying to look for?
Combos.
Yeah, there's a lot of combos that could be done with
Surprisingly, not as much abuse of those items as you'd think. Like, you'd think every single person in every game would always build it.
that. Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 out of 5 would build it. The shield gets built a lot.
Yeah, I was
'Cause
gonna
it's
say
just an
because the
easy
shield
one.
is great.
It's an easy one to build. You just throw it onto any fucking tank and it works.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of idiots build a first item. What a waste. It's okay. I guess you get a little baby shield out of it, but if
Mhm.
it stacks with the amount of protections you have, there's really no point
gives-
building it until you have protections.
It gives you 40 and 40, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Or is it
but
up to 40?
It's 40 and 40, but the shield is only half of your protections.
Right.
So
Okay.
whatever you're adding,
Mhm.
even though you're getting 80, you're only getting 40. A 40 shield.
Yeah. Well, I'd be tempted to get it as third item just for the 20% cooldown.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's with
Yeah.
Nike. I build. I can't remember the full build, but level 20. Imagining that you've already cycled out boots.
Mhm.
It's Masamune. I can't remember all my shit. Gauntlet of Thebes. Height of the Urchin. Spirit Robe. Puritan and Transcendence.
Oh, that's
You
a
have 40% cooldown.
Yeah.
And you almost have like
That's a
310 and 280 physical and magical protections, and then you get the
the trident or
no, that's with Puritan,
Yeah.
and then you get
Like-
the shield, then you get
like your that's a good bruiser build
It's
because
a
then
not
you're
bad bruiser
still
build,
you're
yeah.
still quite strong as well.
yeah, it was pretty good. I had someone tell me a different one where it was more health focused
Mm-hmm.
to boost up with her her built-in health shield she gets from her ult,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't too bad, but I was missing out on like 50 to 60 damage every
Mm.
rend or something like that, and
Yeah.
the shield did like 40 less damage on the pop. I know these are small numbers,
But they
but
add
like
up.
it was a difference of 700 health or 80 or 70 to 50 to 60 damage on every hit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's quite a bit.
Well, I mean, fuck, that's a Nike. That's a hard call to make
I know.
because like
Normally, I would totally be 100% for the full tank build, just like swat people out. But I just want to get a little bit more juice out of all that I'm building.
Like, I mean, realistically, in regards to health, there's no difference between like 2 health and 1 health. The only difference is between 1 and 0. So like,
I suppose
if you have an extra 700, like it doesn't.
Well, it
really
allows you to take
700
of a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it allows you to take a 700 hit. But then again, also that build had less protections in it, so then you're soaking more, but you're not mitigating as much.
Yeah, you're not mitigating.
So it's kind of a different trade-off. I personally also don't mind a lot of health. I like lots of health.
Yeah,
but this particular build, I was trying to find a good balance of trying to get a little bit of damage out.
Yeah.
Like Masamune is the last item I build.
Okay.
Because it's a boots replacement.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much speed is in there?
10%.
Oh.
But you're buying the boots potion.
Yeah, no, I know.
And
then
you're getting 10% on that, and then you're getting the 8% or whatever from her passive.
Yeah, so she's still gonna be fast.
So she's still gonna be fast. Yeah.
You have the potion, so that pretty much replaces the boots.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
Masamune.
That's why it's the last item. So you're not even getting
saying.
that 50 extra power until the last item in the game.
Yes.
And you get trans at the beginning. So it's trans, and then all defense until the literal latest part of the game. You could possibly go almost up to 3,000 pots.
Well, I agree with you that just having more health is fun, because then you can be in the battles a little bit longer.
Baby, sweat.
And just get in there and just tank everything. And then
especially with Nike, where it's like, oh, you think you got me? No.
Just jump away.
Fucking 75% health shield.
Yeah. Just pop that shit. Although it does take that, for Nike, it does take that 1 second to come out.
They actually patched that where before, and I was actually getting fucked by this a lot for a while. That's why I stopped playing Nike. People kept killing me before with the little like jump up she does before she lands.
Oh, they kill you in that instant?
And it would reset my cooldown.
Oh!
Now if they interrupt you, they still kill you, but it doesn't reset your cooldown.
Okay, at least you don't lose your ult.
I'll take that.
That's bullshit.
I take that. But I do agree that the animation bullshit is a lot of... I fucking hate that, especially since one of my mains is Hades. So that fucking 3 that he has where he's like, I gotta raise my hands all the way to the heavens and then slowly bring it down. But if I do...
Then
boom.
It's a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, exactly.
But you also play with... what's the casting called? Where you have to actually... you have to press one button to target, one button to activate,
I don't play with normal casting. I do quick casting.
You do quick.
Yeah, where basically you activate it, and when you release, if you don't cancel, it activates.
Yeah.
Instant, I guess, would work with Hades, but sometimes, you're chasing after someone, you want them to be right in that little, in that zone. You don't want to...
Yeah, you want to look, you want to make sure that you're timing it right.
It's easier with Ymir, because usually you're walking up to them right in their face, or they're walking up to you to counter, and then you freeze them or whatever.
Yes.
But with Hades, they're either trying to run away from you and the minions, or,
Well, his ult is decent.
Ult can be instacast. Yeah, I think that does it instacast. honestly.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, I play with. I try to make almost everything I use instacast. Yeah,
it does fuck me every once in a while. I'm pretty sure we said this before, but yeah, I'm aware it fucks me every once in a while. But I like the idea of like being able to set things up a little bit. But the ironic part of that is that it would be easier to set up combos like an Agni combo with a 1-2.
Yeah.
On instacast,
on
and it would be
it would be
quick cast, but fuck you. Who cares?
When I was playing on top of getting used to a controller, but last time, months and months and months ago, when I played on your PS4 Smite, like the two things that really bothered me were the controller and the fact that everything wasn't on instant cast, because I'd press the button expecting the ability to just go off.
Yeah, but the idea is that you could just take your finger off the button.
Yeah, no, I'm fully aware.
Just take your finger off the button. Why do you need to hold everything? You're just clenching the controller? Do you do that with your PC? You just hold W the whole time?
I just hold W or S, okay? Either one of those two buttons are being held the whole time. No, actually, almost never S.
It's always W, yeah. You just turn around really quickly.
Because S would be dumb. Well, sometimes you just want to back out slowly from a battle, but you plan to go back in. But if you're running away and you're running backwards, you're an idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, like, after that Smite rant, not much going on.
Not much going on.
Really? I went to a Japanese festival today.
Like yes, that you mentioned.
I mean, it was all right. It was nice to get out for a little bit.
You fucking weebs.
I mean, I don't care. I didn't buy anything.
I hate weebs.
I didn't support
so
anybody. It was a free festival.
I'm happy to hear you didn't support anyone.
I didn't even buy the food that was there because I was so full from breakfast. So there you go. I supported nobody. I literally was a passerby.
There we go. That's the spirit.
I'm trying to think what else. Not a lot. Yeah.
No.
Nothing too exciting in life, to be honest. Kind of boring.
It was kind of boring.
Just siege, smite, work.
Siege,
sleep.
smite. You need to find what's another word for work that starts with an S? Because you got siege, smite, and sleep.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Shit. I don't know.
That would be somewhat accurate.
Yeah, fair enough. I told you yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, because it was on Thursday. I went to what is known here as the Sandwich Nazi.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and that place was interesting. I mean, I'll reiterate for the podcast, but it's this place where you buy a sandwich. Like it's a long. It's long. It's like a bigger than Subway kind of sandwich. They use a baguette and cut it in half.
You basically get the half of a baguette.
Yeah, half of a baguette, which is huge, and it's less than $10. And if you don't have enough, you just put what you can on the table and just take your food. And what else is nice about this place? The guy who owns it is constantly making like gay jokes, anal jokes.
Yeah, he has a habit of that.
Yeah, constantly talking about how he wants to have sex with everyone there, or whoever is the person at the front of the line or whatever, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And you don't pick you don't get to pick your sandwich. Whatever he's cutting at the time, whatever food he's gotten prepared, that's what your sandwich is going to be made out of, which is amazing. I don't know why, but I love it. And he gave me so much fucking shit in my sandwich too.
Yeah.
Like it was huge on the inside. I could not bite it.
Yeah, he is known for making really awesome sandwiches when he was downtown.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, because now he moved, apparently.
Yeah. Probably just cheaper rent.
Well, from what I've been told is he won the lottery a number of years ago.
Yeah.
So like this business is not like a for-profit business. It's meant as more of a labor of love.
Yeah, which it kind of shows in all of his things where he did a lot of food drives where he like made a bunch of sandwiches and handed them out to homeless people and stuff like that.
Apparently he does that once every couple weeks or something. Like,
really?
He still does it.
Damn.
From what I'm told, I don't know how accurate that is.
I thought when he like shut down his original place downtown that was it for his thing. Like he put in his service. He's like, I'm retiring. But...
There's still some slummy areas in.
I know that. I'm just saying. Like I thought he's like, I'm done.
Oh,
I'm good. I've done my work. Someone else needs to fucking do something now, kind of deal. But it's probably just that he moved to a cheaper area.
I mean, that could be the case.
Maximize.
Too,
Like I mean, he doesn't seem like a dumb dude.
No, he apparently used to be like an engineer.
Oh,
as
really?
Well, yeah, like he's got some pretty intense training for being an engineer or education.
Yeah, I never knew that. I just knew about him being like an ex-gigolo.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until you told me that he used to be an ex-gigolo.
Well, I mean, he's got quite a reputation around the area.
Yep. And he also apparently he was in an accident at one point in his life, driving on the Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
Like, so he got into a car accident, and the paramedics declared him dead or something.
Oh,
and he came back alive.
I'm pretty sure that's just him bullshitting.
Oh, he's not where I heard that story. It's from
really?
Somebody else that
really?
I know that told me about the restaurant in Surrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's.
It could be one of those fake legends. Yeah.
A story of his own.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that has happened often enough that with technology, people get declared dead and then get revived.
I mean, I'd imagine if it's under a second,
under a minute or something.
Okay, fair enough.
Because there's a certain amount of time where the brain has no oxygen, where it's still kind of functioning.
Yeah, but it's slowly decaying.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
About a minute, I suppose.
But I think it's I can't remember what it is specifically, but it's
So
you have a little bit of a breathing room.
So he might have come back within that minute.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I don't know.
But that's not really special. That's just technology doing a good job.
Well, I mean, maybe, but
humans being stupid.
He this guy's just a character, right? Yeah. The fact that that's just added on to all the other shit that he's been through is just fucking amazing. And if the till is just open, so you just put your money in the till, take whatever change you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the place is great. Yeah.
Well, he's very strict, so that way that's the reason why it's so open and easy. Mm-hmm. It's because anybody who crosses that line is instantly getting the boot.
Yeah, well, and I would imagine, like I said, I don't know for certain, but I think even in thieving communities, if anybody messes with him, I would imagine they would get mad at that person.
Probably because they have respect for him.
Yeah, he just has this vibe where it's just just don't fuck with him. He's such a nice person. He's just doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just a really really cool place that I was happy to try out. And at first I thought that the term like sandwich Nazi was just a local term,
Yeah.
but then after like googling it on the internet,
No, he's pretty well known as
it's
that.
pretty well known, like
Anybody
outside
can.
of BC as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anybody can look that up.
Yeah, and
Like I said, he's quite a character.
he's quite a character. Don't use your phone while you're in there though; he'll kick you out.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
That was the other thing I forgot. I never actually went there to get a sandwich because when I had finally decided I was going to go down there, he decided to close.
Yeah,
now he's
in
in
the downtown
Langley, and
location.
I don't know if I'll ever go out that far. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can easily follow someone's rules.
Yeah, no, it's a simple rule. Somebody's phone did ring while I was there, and he was just like, "I hear somebody's phone. Whose phone is that?" And then most people just stood quiet and didn't say anything because he was turned around making sandwiches, so he didn't actually see or hear whose phone that was specifically. But it's like a warning sound, like "Shut that shit off, or I'm gonna kick you out." You know. It wasn't mine, by the way.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing a game. I don't know if you remember this because I'm sure I told you about it a while ago, but a game called Tiny Metal.
Yeah, you briefly told me about it. I don't remember much about it though.
Okay, so the sequel just came out. I don't remember the full name of it.
When did the first one come out?
Huh? When the first Tiny Metal? Like 2 years ago or a year and a half.
Not very long, but okay.
Yeah. The story I found out the Kickstarter story behind it is kind of bullshit, but I'll get into that later if you want to. But it's Advance Wars.
Oh, right.
It's turn-based. So the first game it had the basics there, but it was super boring. Like all the maps were pretty much the same. Like they were really small. There's no COs, like there's no characters or anything. Okay. There's only land units and very basic ones.
That's okay. I mean, I fucking thought the air and ocean units in Advance Wars were kind of bullshit most of the time anyway.
Really?
Fucking battleships parked off the coast, just artillery firing.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck outta here,
battleships
dude.
had ridiculous range.
Not to mention the fact that you could team that up with some stupid fucking like flyer that would come into your zone.
Yeah, like the bombers.
Yeah, no, but I just mean like one that are can move a lot of spaces.
Oh,
so they could like
I
spot
see.
you from like the edge of their vision and then get the artillery fire.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck
yeah,
that,
that's
dude.
a strategy.
Fuck that. That's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Come face me man to man, tank to tank.
Tank to tank.
Yeah.
Well, the second one has air and ground units, so no naval yet. But I'd imagine it's going to be introduced in the third one.
Yeah.
No weather conditions yet, as far as I can tell. I haven't played through all the campaign, but if there were weather conditions, I think they would have been introduced to me so far.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah. They have this really interesting attack system. So there's 3 different types of attacks you can do in this game when you go beside a unit. Instead of just attacking them, you can use something called lock on, which is just if you press lock on and then you go get another character to attack as well, then your 2 guys attack at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but that guy gives up his attack theoretically for the tag team.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, still technically 2 attacks.
Yeah,
so
no, you're getting it. But
yeah.
what happens if one of the the setup doesn't get pulled?
Oh, if the setup doesn't get pulled, there was one time where I misjudged the distance.
Yeah.
And then you just lose the character. Yeah, you lose that turn. So you have to be smart with it.
That's what I would think.
And there's also, I forgot what the other one was called, but sorry, let me finish lock on because I didn't actually tell you everything about it. Whoever does the second or the last attack, I should say, because you can lock on with however many characters you want. Whoever does the last attack is the one that gets hit back.
Oh, okay.
Because they can retaliate. And then they have this other attack call, which I can't remember the name of, but it's you go to them, you attack them, but they get the first hit on you. But they get the first hit on you, and then you attack them. But it moves them from their position. So if you
back?
Yeah, it moves them back 1 square. So if you see somebody trying to capture your command center or whatever, you can go in with a weaker unit just to push them off of it. You know,
but only if you survive the attack.
Only if you survive the attack.
That's still pretty good for strategy wise.
So it gives you more options to get out of shitty situations and to put your opponent in shitty situations.
To have like a trade.
Yeah, pretty much. Like chances are like your unit will take. Well, yeah, your unit will almost guaranteed to take more damage, right? Because you're going second. But you move them away from whatever they're doing, which is pretty helpful.
Nice.
Even moving like an infantry from like a mountain might be beneficial for you, because you get that extra range when you're or you get extra sight when you're on the mountain.
Oh yeah, for elevation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, it's mostly the same as the Advance Wars. There are a couple other units.
You were mentioning that the first one had no COs. Does this one also have
This
COs?
this one has COs, and it has 2 powers, basically the same way as Advance Wars. Like you have a light power and like a superpower. Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is a bug in the game, and it might be something that's going to be patched out. But there was a game I was playing against the computer, and I had not needed to use my CO powers for like up until near the end of the game, and I used my ultimate power, and my meter was still full after I used it. So it seems like the meter still builds past like the visual indicator as you're progressing through the game. So
they don't actually put a cap on it.
I think they will at some point.
Or but was it so late in the game that they were basically like, here's free meter?
No, I don't think so. Okay. Because I went like 4 turns and used like 4 ultimates in a row. Jesus. Like four of the bigger ults, That's crazy. Yeah. So I went 4 turns with that.
Yeah, that might be a bug.
I think it is. It doesn't seem right to me. There's other things, like there was I forgot her name, but in Advance Wars there was that character who could, if she ulted, she could like capture any building in 1 turn.
I can't remember who that is, but yeah.
Yeah. In this game, there's a character with a similar ability, but the HQ has 5 extra points of capture, so you can't get it in 1 turn even with the ult.
Oh, okay.
You can capture a significant portion of it, but you're not going to get it all.
But you could capture a regular facility or building
in 1 turn, yeah. So, which I do like, because I think capturing an HQ in 1 turn is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, because then that character would always be used as an ace every single time. It's like having an Anubis in Smite, but then there's always no Phoenixes. But I'm trying to think. I was gonna have a question. Oh, do you have to use infantry still only to capture, or can you capture with tanks?
No, it's only infantry units. Now I can't remember if it was like this in Advance Wars. I don't think it was, but regular infantry get regular buildings have 20 points to capture it, right? So you step onto the building, and then each with a regular infantry, they can capture up to 10 points per turn. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, really?
Well, that's how it was in Advance Wars too.
Was it 2 turns? Really?
2 turns, yeah.
Jesus,
you don't remember that?
Felt like way longer than that, but okay.
But with what are they called? The rocket launcher dudes. They only get 7 points of capture per turn, even at full health.
Oh, okay.
So they're stronger. Yeah. So I don't know if it was in Advance Wars. It might have been, but I don't remember that part of it. I just remember rocket launcher dudes just aren't as mobile.
That's in Tiny Metal.
Tiny Metal is they get 7 points of capture. Okay. Yeah. In Advance Wars, I don't remember if they got 7 or 10.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but
yeah. But I mean, I've been enjoying that. It's pretty close to Advance Wars. They have a couple of different units as well.
Okay. Just like tanks and stuff like that?
Yeah, like they have this one like mech unit, so it's like a mech or a robot or a guy in a battle suit kind of unit, which is pretty good. I haven't built it yet, so I don't know what it's good and bad against.
Okay.
It seems to me like it's supposed to be good against tanks and infantry, but I'm not entirely certain about that. And they have air supply units, which I don't remember if those were in Advance Wars.
Like supplying ammo?
Supplying ammo and fuel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was that a big thing in Advance Wars? I don't remember.
Units typically died before it was necessary, but sometimes you had like APCs driving around to fuel your guys.
God, I don't remember that at all.
No?
No.
Oh, shit.
It's been such a long time since Advance Wars. It's been I feel like it's been like almost 10 years.
I want to say it's been more than 10 years.
Yeah, because it was high school, passing around DSs.
Yeah, and not even like grade 12. It was like grade 10, I think, grade 10 or 11.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time, dude.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting an Advance Wars sequel for a long fucking time, but they won't do it. Instead, they keep making Fire Emblem, which is okay, but I don't like Fire Emblem as much.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. There's something missing about not being able to like build your own units and whatnot.
Yeah. But, well, it's more of an RPG than it is a army.
Yes.
Base building game.
I mean, the 2 games are still very similar.
Yeah, game mechanics wise.
Yeah, but the creator said something along the lines of he can't make waifus with Advance Wars, so he doesn't want to make Advance Wars games.
Yes, you can. All the fucking COs are a bunch of waifus.
Yeah, but there's less of them, I suppose.
You can make as many women as you want. The one I always use is a woman.
Yeah, I think I typically use the woman as well.
Can't remember what her name was though.
But
all the fucking tanks.
Yeah, I don't remember. I liked using. I think her name was Nell.
Yeah.
Who was the luck-based character?
That was Nell. I remember that.
Yeah. But but we're straight white males. We don't play as women, okay? Ever.
I mean,
it's never happened.
Never happens.
Yeah. We only play as like male characters who are very muscular and I don't know, wearing a Speedo or something. You're talking about.
I usually build characters that are almost identical to me. Skinny white dudes.
I just use whatever the base character is. I so rarely use character creations.
Oh, really? Dude, yeah. It's so much fun to spend like an hour and a half creating yourself.
I don't enjoy it. No. Yeah, I don't know why. It's never been part of the fun for me.
If it's a game where I'm supposed to.
Like Fallout?
Well, I was gonna say like Dark Souls or something like that, then yeah, I would.
Yeah,
but
if
it's like Commander Shepard, I'm like, I'm fine with playing Commander Shepard vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla Shepard's dope.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, yeah, getting that customization, seeing how far you can push it to look like you is pretty cool.
It's pretty. I mean,
it's time consuming and takes away from the actual game. But once you do it, you're like that character for 70+ hours.
Do you like playing wrestling games like that?
I don't play a lot of wrestling games, but I do think it's pretty funny. I don't make myself in wrestling games, though. I'd make something stupid.
Yeah, just weird matchups or something.
Like
yeah.
the dude with the 2 foam fingers, and then that's how he fights and shit like that.
Well, some people just like to create their like favorite anime character or something.
I know, like when 2 best friends were still around, they would make like fan characters. Like,
really? One, like, that's fucking dope.
It's like he's called the Baz.
Okay.
He's the Zubaz, and he's this white dude who's like a wrestler, and he wears like, I don't know how to put it, but he wears like black leather and shit like that. And he's like,
that just sounds like any wrestler to me.
Yeah, well, I'll show it to you later. But if you search up the Baz, B-A-Z, you'll see this character, and he's like, I think he's been in a game or two because they have like they had a fan following that pushed for like their character into another game.
That's fucking dope. Yeah. That actually sounds.
But
really
a lot
smart.
of times I'll watch like Achievement Hunter from Rooster Teeth, and they'll have like wrestling matches, and it'll be like the most ridiculous, dumb, like horrific things that they've created with the character creator, where it's like like the fattest guy they can make. He was like painted all green and wearing like a pink bikini, and he has female movements, and he's like twirling around like a ballerina and stuff like that. So
just the most grotesque things that they could think of.
That's kind of funny to look at, but I don't play a lot of wrestling games, so I don't get a lot of that character creation.
I haven't played them in a while, but I remember really enjoying them.
Yeah, they get really in depth with how stupid you can go.
My favorite one was, although I guess it wasn't really, it was very similar to wrestling games with but my favorite was Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh yeah, you actually played that?
Oh, I played so much Def Jam.
I didn't play a lot of it. I had it, but I didn't play a lot of it.
It was a good game. Like even like
the fight mechanics.
The fight mechanics were really good. Yeah. And like when I went into it, I'm just like, oh man, it's got all these names in it, so they're probably going to be making a very lazy game.
Yeah.
But no, it was a very well made.
Yeah,
game.
I heard of that. It was like a weird thing that somehow. There's a lot of love put into the actual fighting mechanics and stuff like that, and the fact that they only made one sequel that was like meh.
Yeah,
I think.
Unfortunately,
they never made another one. It was like kind of disappointing because it was such a. And again, this is coming from someone who's never played. It's only regurgitating this secondhand, but that it had like unique fight mechanics, considering the fighting genre as it is.
Yeah, I remember, like it was styled like a wrestling game, but it had I remember different fighting mechanics that like really set itself apart, you know? But the core fight mechanics were very wrestling like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I remember correctly. Or
it's like you're wearing people down.
Yeah, kind of something like that. Okay. Yeah, and 3-dimensional movement as well.
Yeah.
In an arena sort of thing. I mean, I suppose, Soul Calibur had that, but it's different.
Oh, I mean, even some fighting games have that now, like Tekken.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tekken's
been having it for a while, I guess.
But like in Def Jam, it's not like you sidestep to get to another section of the arena or plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Def Jam, it's literally just like walking around. You know, like it's more fluid. It's free. It's free. Yeah. So yeah, Def Jam was a great fucking game, man.
I never played with anyone, and I wasn't that into fighting games. So like I had a modded PS2, so I had a bunch of games that every once in a while I just plug in a random game and be like, what is this?
Oh.
And that was one of them, Def Jam, and I was like, nah, it's not too bad. I'm like, I guess it's cool. It has some rappers in it, but again, I was never that into fighting games at all.
Fair enough.
So it was never hooked me or anything.
Well, yeah. I really hated rap at that time in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I like rap, especially back then too, but...
Well, just to tell you how much I enjoyed the game. Like, I hated rap, but I still love Def Jam.
Yeah.
Like, I hated almost every person in Def Jam, but I'm just like, this is a really fucking good game.
Yeah, well, it can be made well.
Should we move on?
Sure. Do you want me to continue with my thing that I was talking about last week?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
So, just to reiterate, for anyone who's forgotten, I was saying that I have an issue with the current zeitgeist of binge watching things.
Yes.
As opposed to my old man programming of you have one episode of your show come on once a week on Tuesday at 7 o'clock that you need to catch.
Yep.
Now, I disagree with the whole, like, you have to watch TV at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday for that. Mm-hmm. But I do really like the idea of watching one episode at a time. And this is really the core of my issue, is that I remember watching shows from 10 years ago that I can remember better than shows that I've been binge watched a month ago.
That's a common complaint.
Right? And again, this is where the core of my complaint comes from in general, is that when I was watching, like, I think it was season 2 of BoJack Horseman, and I don't think I finished it right away, or I didn't watch it. I took like an extra month, let's just say. And then I started making BoJack Horseman jokes, and nobody ever got them.
Nobody.
And it's all people that I knew had watched the show already, and I was like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You didn't even pay attention. Like, you watched it for the zeitgeist of being like, ooh, I watched BoJack Horseman, or I watched Game of Thrones, or whatever the fucking show is. It doesn't even matter what show it is. Just the idea of everybody's watching the show, so I must watch the show to feel included. Fuck you. You're not watching shows to actually watch the show anymore. You're just there to be part of the quote-unquote conversation.
That's pretty much it.
Like that. It was such fucking vapid bullshit. It's just another way for people to feel fucking special. It's so stupid. You're supposed to be entertained and watching something, not what are you going to tweet about it later, you fuckheads. It's like the people who take pictures of their goddamn food. It's like, eat the goddamn food. Then maybe leave a review of what the food is. No one wants to see your fucking nice food. Who gives a shit?
Well, like when...
Sorry, I don't want to see your nice food. I don't give a shit. Sorry.
When I was watching Game of Thrones, although Game of Thrones does come out weekly, so it's a little bit different.
That's what I'm saying. That's makes a little more sense.
But like when I was watching Game of Thrones, it had that same kind of thing where people just seem to be watching it just to be part of the conversation. Because I was not able to follow the story of Game of Thrones despite watching it weekly. Yeah, because I couldn't.
I fell off the boat, I think, season 4 or 5. So
Jesus.
So I didn't really.
You lasted longer than I
lasted, but what I was watching, I understood.
It was too much going on, like with these completely separate places, and I didn't fully understand like what their connection between.
Did you jump in the middle of it?
No, I watched it from the very start. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you just got to be paying attention more.
I couldn't. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
But
I mean,
like
I don't rep fucking Game of Thrones, and considering the ending was unsatisfying, I'm quite satisfied in myself for not watching it.
When I tried asking like other people like what these connections are and whatnot, like what what's her face, the dragon bitch, which Daenerys, which she had to do with King's Landing or whatever. Like, what's her connection to it? Like, no one could fucking tell me.
I could tell you.
Yeah,
I could tell you, and I only watched half the series.
There we go. So what's the connection?
Okay, so the Iron Throne was ruled by the Targaryens for the longest time.
Okay,
and she's a
Targaryen,
like one of the last Targaryens around.
Yes. And
then what happens at the beginning of the series is her and her brother are like excommunicated from King's Landing, or on the run because they're going to get executed.
Okay.
Because basically the current king usurped their dad, the Mad King or whatever.
Right.
And then he took the throne, Robert Baratheon. That's the beginning of the series.
Okay.
He dies at the beginning of the series, of the actual Game of Thrones series, that sets off all the bullshit that happens for the quote-unquote Game of Thrones.
Okay.
But with Daenerys, her and her brother run off to this part that's south of King's Landing, that's like the no man's land.
Yes.
Where all these like people called the Dothraki hang out.
That's where she meets
and shit like
what's
that.
his face.
And then her brother sells her off to the Dothraki so that the Dothraki will work for the brother in taking back King's Landing, because the Dothraki are like
they're savages, yeah,
they're savages and they're warrior race, so they just want to conquer shit. So he's basically selling off his sister to buy this army.
Yeah, so then, he can go back and fuck shit up.
Yeah, basically. But then what happens? I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but just like the first season of it is her brother, Daenerys, ends up hooking up with Khal Drogo because she gets sold off to him.
You remember all the names well too. Fuck.
Again, I have a weird memory for this shit. And then I guess has like, what is it called? Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
And basically decides that she's like, no, I'm good with this now. And then Khal Drogo's like, I'm sick of your brother fucking making demands and thinking like he's got the big dick around here. I've got the big dick, and then she kills the.
He kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Khal Drogo kills
her brother,
Daenerys' brother, and then he becomes nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody.
I could tell you that in 2 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm probably sure I got more in here that I don't want to remember.
But like, it seemed to me like what you're saying about people just watching it for the conversation is accurate, because like
that's what I'm saying.
It seemed like people were like me and just couldn't follow it for the most part, except I admitted it.
I feel like people did follow it, but then it's just that hype that people get caught up in of just like in the moment, and then once the moment's over, people snap and then completely just forget about what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. But meanwhile, I'm thinking about back to like episodes of House, Lost. Yeah, I binge watched Lost, and actually no, it's not true. I don't remember a lot of Lost, so I'm actually going to retract that one. I don't remember a lot of Lost other than the last season, because I did binge watch that because most of it had already come out. But House, Heroes, I could still tell you about episodes of Heroes to almost a detail. You know, you can
remember the episodes themselves. Whereas like I saw Stranger Things season 3 recently, and I can't remember the individual episodes. It's all kind of like mashed together in my head.
Yeah, and like again, I'm not fully shitting on the binge watching thing. I just don't appreciate it as much because I feel like we as a people aren't absorbing it as much. Mm-hmm. We're just surface level watching it.
Yeah,
and
because you're not spending a week thinking about it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the main part. And I'll bet you anything, most people are only half watching the shit anyways.
Yeah, and you know I was one of those.
It's like, yeah, it's probably part of the reason why you weren't following it was because all you're hearing is keywords, and then I'm gonna rape somebody, and then being like, what's going on?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they said like a whole bunch of plot details in between there, and all you heard was, I'm gonna rape you now.
Yeah, I was probably playing Smite while listening to it or something.
I mean, again, if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but I don't appreciate your viewing habits, your lazy viewing habits of not appreciating this art to the way it was presented.
At least when it's like that, I can admit when I don't appreciate it. Okay, I'm not pretending to love a series.
But that's you, Ken. I'm talking about the fucking sheeple out there.
It's the sheeple out there that pretend that they love a series that they fucking know nothing about. That's what you're mad at.
Or they know a lot about it and they completely forget about it the minute that it leaves out of their brain.
As soon as it's out of the zeitgeist, then everyone just wants to completely forget about it.
But yeah, that was just my problem. And I don't know. I think I'm a little bit jaded on that still because I still haven't watched the new season a trigger. Of BoJack. But yeah, if you want to, go ahead. Yeah. I'm not really that. I mean, I guess I'm a little triggered because I've been more pissed off about other things. But I don't know. That's just something that I've noticed for a long time. Well, in recent memory, I guess ever since BoJack Horseman season 2 came out.
Well, that one just pissed you off because like people just didn't like as soon as it wasn't popular.
Yeah, I know, but they were making all these jokes before.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I know people are gonna say it's like, oh, you're just salty because you were left out because you decided to be an edgelord and not watch the show when everyone else would. Fuck you! I'll watch it on my own damn time. You guys that are the ones with the shitty memory. Okay, I'll remember this shit for a while. I still remember Chicken for Days.
They can okay. I don't know.
That's from BoJack.
Okay, I never watched BoJack, so I don't know.
Okay. There's an episode. Oh god damn it. Okay, so in BoJack, there's humanoid animals.
Okay.
Right.
That are just BoJack.
They're addressed as animals, but they're still considered humans.
Yeah. Okay.
By like the social interaction.
Are there actual humans as well?
Yeah, there's actual humans.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the animals.
No, it's both. But then there's an episode where they kind of try to like do a little bit of social commentary / like flipping that kind of idea on its head, where there's a restaurant called Chicken for Days.
Oh my god. Okay.
And it's like it's a fried chicken joint, right? Yeah. But then there's an ad for it. Another chicken place that's like I forget what the name of it. It's like a something farms.
Okay.
And they basically it's like ethically sourced and raised chickens, but it's done by chicken farmers. Okay. And their slogan is nobody knows chickens like chickens.
What?
So it's a chicken farmer.
Oh my god! Oh, that's chicken, what you mean. Okay,
right? And
killing chickens.
Yeah, killing chickens for mass production.
Okay,
but they're like in a nice like field.
Like nobody questions this sort of thing.
Yeah, because it's whatever. But they do because in the advertisement that's in the show, the son is like, "What makes these chickens different from us, Daddy?"
Oh,
and stuff like that, and then the dad explains it. It's like they give them growth hormones to make them retarded, so that they're not intelligent enough. But they do it at birth, so they never are intelligent. They're just born retarded.
They could potentially grow to be like the regular humanoid chickens.
No. Okay. They're like mentally challenged chickens. By the standards of this society, they're mentally challenged. They don't say that, but I'm saying it.
Yeah,
they're basically they give them hormones to make them retarded.
Okay.
So that they're not like every other chicken.
Jesus Christ, that's horrifying.
Yeah. But it's a good episode. I suggest if you're not gonna watch any BoJack Horseman, just watch that one episode because it's really goofy.
Okay.
Because like there's a detective that comes. The episode starts with a Chickens for Days truck crashing.
Okay.
In an accident that BoJack starts inadvertently.
Of course.
Because he's on his phone texting or something like that. And then the truck crashes, and then a bunch of the chickens from the Chicken for Days restaurant break out, and then they like run into the city. And then Aaron, do you remember Breaking Bad?
No, I barely watched it.
The guy that not Bryan Cranston, but the kid that's with him.
Okay,
Aaron Paul.
Yeah,
he's on this show BoJack as a human, and he finds the chicken and then has the chicken like hide out.
Oh,
because he sees about the crash and how he's basically trying to rescue this chicken to keep it away. But the cops show up, and the cop is this cat cop, and he shows up and he's like, "Hey, there's a Chicken for Days truck. So have you seen any unusual chickens?" And he's like, "No, I haven't." And then the chicken comes out and he's like, "Bah!" And he's like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "This is my wife, Becca." And it's like, "Oh, Becca." And then they basically have an entire the chicken has a conversation with the detective, but only saying "Becca," and the detective basically overreads into everything, as if they're actually saying something that's close to the word "Becca." And then it's like so leaves.
Funny. That's so funny.
It's clever. It's not too bad. It's a good show, but that's what I'm saying.
That makes it even more twisted, to be honest. That somebody could actually just believe this like it's a normal thing, but this chicken is actually meant to be like slaughtered. Yeah,
exactly. You just can't tell the difference unless it's like in a specific place designated with a collar or something.
Jesus Christ, that's dark.
Yeah, I know. The whole show is very dark.
Okay.
But that episode in particular is pretty funny. And me and Adam were quoting that shit to each other for 2 months straight after that. We'd be on mic and be talking about Chicken for Days. What was the tagline? Don't ask questions, just keep eating.
Oh my God, holy shit. Yeah. That's a great fucking tagline for something like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I should get into BoJack.
I'll throw on an episode on maybe that episode and see if you like it, and then you can watch it. But it's kind of a depressing show.
Yeah,
there are definitely some peaks and valleys.
That,
it's got funny jokes and commentary, but it's also got some heavy emotional weight to it. I'll put that. That's the easiest way of saying.
It's gonna. But you said, I think you've mentioned this before. Every season ends with BoJack basically wanting to kill himself.
I mean, he doesn't, but it basically feels like that.
Okay, all right.
And if I was BoJack, I probably would have.
Oh fuck! Okay, yeah, I need to watch that. All right.
So that was my gripe about that. Do you want to bring up anything in particular?
Well, as long as we're talking about our triggers now, there was one that I wanted to complain about. So I've complained about this to you before.
Yeah.
Although I think you disagree with it, but Black Science Man.
What?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
was saying you're talking about in general.
No. Black Science Man. Okay. Fuck. That guy just recently, about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, made a tweet, and he does this every now and again. It's really fucking annoying, where he's just like, there was an image for Frozen 2, and he pointed out how the crystal of the snowflake looks not like a snowflake in real life.
Yeah. And
he's just like, if you don't change this, then it means that Frozen takes place in another world. And in my mind, I'm just like, this stars a fucking girl who shoots ice powers out of her fucking hands.
Yeah.
It's clearly in another world.
Do you have the actual tweet? Because that sounds too loose. He's very specific with his words.
No. It's along the lines. I'll have to show it to you later. But it's along the lines of he describes what an actual snowflake should be like.
Okay.
And then it's
the geometry of it.
Yeah. And then it's so unless this changes, or unless there's something wrong here, then Frozen takes place in a different world.
I mean, it's
that.
fucking Disney, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say that's a stupid comment, but that's pretty,
I'll show it to you. It is an actual tweet.
Obviously, it doesn't take place on Earth. There's enough movies that take place on Earth-like places. I mean, Coruscant isn't Earth.
No.
But it's kind of close if you imagine that if Earth got super turned into a giant metropolis, then you'd think that it looks like Coruscant.
And still somehow can make
Also,
have humans
fucking
survive.
Beauty and the Beast takes place in fucking goddamn Belgium, basically. But
does it really?
Well, yeah, because they have like Belgian horses, like the
fuck.
horse with the fur on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it basically, and the dude, if you look at the very end of the original cartoon, he's very French looking.
Is he?
Yeah, the nose is. He's very French.
Okay.
But I think there's something about Belle too. But I'm pretty sure they might not state in the thing, but it's like. I remember being told it takes place in like Belgium or France. Belgium or France. So it's very French.
Yes.
In its like storytelling where the place takes place. But whatever, who cares? It's just like another fucking France.
But Neil deGrasse Tyson does this every now and again where he just like pokes fun at something popular and just to show like the scientific flaw with it. Do you think
he's trolling on a low level and doesn't actually give a shit?
I'm trying.
He is a bit of a geek nerd. Fucking he is up with the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to. I might be wrong here, but I think he's just trying to point flaw. Like I don't think he's trying to show that he's better than anyone.
No,
I think he's just trying to point out flaws.
Yeah, but that seems like such a minor flaw for something that. Like,
that's
wouldn't matter.
No, I think he takes more joy in pointing out the minor flaws.
Oh, because it doesn't mean anything. So
yeah, like that's hurt. What it is. Yeah,
I suppose, but I mean that seems like a big waste of characters in Twitter to me.
Well, it when I saw it, it fucking pissed me off. Fuck you, Black Science Man. I hate you so much.
Don't single him out for being black. Single him out for dumb tweets.
Okay, dumb tweet science black man. I don't know. I want to put black in there somewhere. All it makes it funnier.
I mean, maybe.
What's funnier, black? Okay, let's just go with Science Man. What's funnier, Science Man or Black Science Man?
I don't know, Science Man.
Science Man? You think that's funnier?
I don't know. It's just there's nothing about him being black that makes it funnier.
I don't know. I feel like
you'd have to turn it somehow.
I think because it's slightly racist.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it that much funnier for being racist.
But if it makes it even slightly funnier, then that's something.
Okay, so maybe someone might find it funnier, but I'm not laughing any harder because it's black.
Fine, so whatever. All right, fuck you, Black Science Man.
Entertain me, Ken.
You're the last person I wanted to entertain. Yeah, because you're the host of this podcast. Everyone else is who we need to try to be entertaining. People smarter than us.
That's not how you do it. You entertain each other on the podcast, and then everyone gets entertained vicariously.
I don't know about that. Like I said, people who's going to listen to this are way smarter than us.
I mean, that's questionable.
Okay, actually, I don't know. If they're willing to listen to this, they might be dumber.
You see what I mean? Starting to catch on a little?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. Do you want to play my game?
Sure, go for it.
All right. So this is, so now let's play Which One is Fake News? This is the game where Shane and the audience guess which one of the articles I have is fake. So I read the title of 4 articles, and then you have to decide which one of these is fake. So this time I printed them out on a piece of paper for you.
Okay. Oh, just the titles?
Yeah, well, I was going to do the thing where you said I was going to fold it over, but then the link to the websites is like right near the top, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to do.
Okay.
So I pointed it out for you, and I put it in the same order. Okay. So the first one, Hobbs and Shaw pulled from theaters following reports of on-set mistreatment of cars.
Okay.
Second one, police officer claimed McDonald's worker bit into his McChicken.
Yeah, okay.
All right. This was good. Pro-Beijing leader posts photo of CIA agent creates chaos. Twist, it's Matt Damon from Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Should rivers have the same legal rights as humans? A growing number of voices say yes.
Well, I gotta tell you, handing me this, you should hand me this after you read them all, because it would have been funnier.
Oh, you think? Oh, because the Jason Bourne one, right?
Yeah, because I was reading. I read them all, but basically before you.
You know what? That's a good idea.
But I do like being able to read them here. Although I will say, the minute that I looked at this, I already had my choice.
Which one?
The first one.
The first one?
The first one's got to be fake. I'm sorry. Like, everything else seems totally legit. Like, dumb people in government, totally plausible. A McDonald's worker being a fucking idiot and shitting on a police officer's sandwich, totally plausible.
Okay.
Someone thinking that nature should have legal rights. I mean, corporations already want to be treated like a fucking human being. So trust me, a river or a tree being treated like a human, not that far off. But anybody taking Hobbs and Shaw from theaters, that's not believable.
Okay.
Everybody loves Everybody loves The Rock. That's my final answer.
That's your final answer?
My final answer is Everybody loves The Rock.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You got it.
Yeah, that's too easy, Ken. That was a freebie.
But you deserve one. So normally I try to go through these beforehand, but I didn't really have time this week.
Whatever, just go through it.
So I'll try to skim through it. So Hobbs and Shaw pulled from theaters following reports of on-set mistreatment of cars. That's it's from The Onion. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Just the where it's from. In response to the public outcry by Motor Vehicles Association, theaters across the country pulled the film Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Is that actually what it's called? Fast and Furious Presents?
Yeah, because it's an offshoot.
I know it's an offshoot, but I didn't think it was, like, I didn't know Fast and Furious was in the title.
I'm pretty sure they specifically did that for name recognition, just in case there's anybody who didn't know that this movie is a spin-off of the Fast and the Furious. Because the Fast and the Furious makes so much fucking money, dude, especially overseas. It's a huge fucking
franchise, yeah.
Fucking people in China love Vin Diesel.
Really?
They love Vin Diesel more than America loves Vin Diesel.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm telling you, dude. And maybe it's not just Vin Diesel, maybe it's a spectacle, but fucking Transformers is not made for American audiences. Fast and the Furious is not made for American audience. It's made for Asian audiences.
I suppose that's true. Yeah.
They make so much money. Like, Fast and the Furious comes out here and gets shat on for being like a low-grade dumb action movie or whatever.
It's shot on by critics.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it goes to China and it makes boatloads of money, regardless of what the fucking critics are saying over here.
Yeah.
So they don't give a fuck.
I feel like here in North America, everyone fucking loves Fast and the Furious. Like, I rarely see people who don't like that franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a 50-50 split where people think it's like an overblown, like, unnecessary mess that just keeps regurgitating the same things, which people make those videos on YouTube where it's like Vin Diesel saying family from every single movie.
Yeah,
like,
okay, yeah.
5 times he says it every movie and then do it for the 8 movies or whatever. So there's like jokes and stuff like that it's very like basic, but then other people love it for the dumb spectacle, like Lawrence from Funhouse.
He loves it?
Yeah, he has like Fast and the Furious viewing nights where they just get drunk and they just power watch all the Fast and the Furious movies in the background while he's having a party.
I've only seen the first 3 myself, so 1, 2, and Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen as well.
Yeah. And so I do want to watch that one where they take out the plane. But I forgot which one's that. I think 6.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
just watch them all at this point. I didn't even see Triple X 3 or whatever. The Return of Xander Cage
series is not great.
Yeah, but I like the first one. And Ice Cube wasn't too bad in 2, but
that's right. Ice Cube is Xander isn't in the second movie.
No, he gets quote unquote killed off.
Yeah,
but I think the new one, the Return of Xander Cage, explains what happened.
Yeah, whatever.
But whatever it was bullshit.
It's a loose thread that they're just pulling.
Xander Cage is a crazy guy who faked his own death.
Yeah, so
there you go.
That's all you need.
Fucking story patch.
Oh shit, my headphones coming out. There we go.
Coming out as gay?
Yeah, fuck you.
Just the one?
We could no longer, in good conscience, continue distributing this film after watching secret video footage which showed the production company inflicting cruel physical punishment on dozens of cars, breaking windows, smashing headlights, and repeatedly slamming the poor vehicles against walls.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna end that one there. Fuck.
Also, The Rock, if you're listening to this, I'm just gonna say this. If you're listening to this, dude, you sold yourself too short. You didn't need to show me the whole movie in that trailer like 6 months ago. There were like hard trying to put trailers out 6 months ago.
Okay.
And it was like a 5-minute trailer, and it literally showed you the entire fucking movie's plot line from like every story beat, like them meeting up, why they're meeting up, who they're protecting, where they're going on the run, who's chasing them.
Not about the plot, okay?
I'm telling you,
the adventure, man.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, but I got every story beat. Like they had every story beat to the point where there's a part where The Rock goes to Hawaii to get all of his brothers and sisters to help, and they take their shirts off and go crazy Maori on motherfuckers' asses, and I'm like, this would be great to see in the theater and be surprised by, but why am I basically watching this whole movie on YouTube as part of an ad?
For myself, I make it a point to, if I'm really interested in a movie, I try making a point to not watch a single trailer.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot more now. Ever since, and this was a bad choice to do it to, but ever since The Last Jedi. I like every time it would come on in theaters and stuff like that, I would just close my eyes, plug my ears.
Just go
I
la
don't
la
see
la
anything.
la la.
I'll take some visual elements or something. Like I remember seeing what's his name? Oh god, what's the god damn it, I don't want to be such a not Kylo, the black guy's character's name?
Oh, Finn?
Finn, yeah, thank you. I remember seeing him in like a pod and it looked like he was traveling through hyperspace or something.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up just being like a 2-second scene in the movie or whatever.
Fine.
But I can't speculate on too much of what that was. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I wanted. And same thing with Rise of Skywalker,
Mm-hmm.
the new one. I'm like, I tried really hard to stay away from it, but then I was like,
that's a hard movie to stay
I was
away
like,
from.
whatever, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take the trailer. I just won't watch any more trailers out of my own choice.
It's like it's those big wigs in Hollywood who like crunch the numbers and are like, oh, people just want to watch movies where they can expect what to happen, right? So that's why they release trailers that are fairly fleshed out, which nobody fucking wants, okay?
Yeah, and also they bullshit
surprised.
trailers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original of Infinity War trailer that had the Hulk, and they swapped him out at the last minute for Hulkbuster.
Yes, yeah. Well, they, as far as I know, like the people in charge of doing the Disney promotion in general, purposely tried misleading the audience on various occasions.
I have heard that as well, but still, fuck you. I'm paying for a product. That's false advertisement, Disney. I'm gonna come sue your ass, even though you have boatloads of money. You totally accept my suing. You're probably gonna pay me off, so I go quiet.
I think that they did miss out something without showing us like a good fight scene with the Hulk versus Thanos. Like in both movies, that didn't really occur.
I know, but still,
and I just would, even if it's like 1 minute, I just want to see full-fledged Hulk versus Thanos, just a short fucking scene.
No,
okay.
no,
Did
none
not
for
give
you.
it to me. Okay. So, the police officer claimed McDonald's worker bit into his McChicken. Actually took away part of the title from this. Okay. So, when the officer opened a refrigerator at the sheriff's office to grab his meal, he found several small bites in his McChicken sandwich. The police officer accused McDonald's worker of biting into his McChicken sandwich, only to realize he forgot he took a bite earlier.
What a fucking idiot.
Yep. So he created all this commotion. And, like, just to be clear, it's the added stress that he's a police officer, too, right? So going to the McDonald's. So he goes to McDonald's, make this huge fucking complaint.
Yeah.
And then they check the security cameras. And he took a bite into his McChicken while he was there and totally forgot about it.
Fucking idiot.
Shit. Yeah.
So much paranoia.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's fucking, he's a cop too. Like, on top of the pressure thing, like, you'd think a cop would have better memory than this sort of thing. Like, he's supposed to be like,
man.
being a detective for society, okay?
I literally watched a video like this week of someone getting arrested in Vancouver, and the dude was being a little belligerent but pretty responsive. Like, he was already on the ground, totally arms in the air, and the police officer was like, roll over, and then he like did the hot dog roll, or he just rolled a couple times, something like that. There were 12 police officers arresting this dude with tasers and batons for one fat dude.
Was he black or something?
No, he was one white fat dude.
So he's a white fat dude.
Yeah, with his gut out. Oh man, that's like
this guy's not running. This guy's not running away. What are they doing?
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're paying the police for, is to do nothing and then show up with 3 squad cars and 12 cops to arrest one fucking dude.
Oh my god, what a fucking waste. I hope he couldn't fit in the backseat, and so they had to have trouble hauling him in.
I don't think he was that fat. He wasn't that fat. Okay. He was just gutty.
Oh.
He make you look skinny, let me put it that way.
So that was in Vancouver?
Yeah, it was in Vancouver.
What a bunch of scumbags. Yeah. And we're supposed to have, like, progressive police, too.
Yeah, sure.
Fucking hell. What a bunch of idiots.
Just in general. Overpaid. Sorry. Just over-bloated system that doesn't really spend money well. In general.
No, it doesn't.
That's a top-down thing from the city, but still, in general, it's like... Well, I've reported my bikes twice being stolen, and
nothing.
No investigation, no callbacks, no nothing. Oh, what's that? $2,600? That's no big deal. We got better things to do. Like what? Arrest somebody with 12 officers? Yeah, good use of your fucking time.
They just wasted $2,600 on manpower there.
I know.
Fucking hell.
Waste time.
They could have just like sent like 2 officers and just given you the money they would have spent on that.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what cops need to do. Whenever there's like an excessive use of force, they need to pay whatever the excessive amount is back into the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it back into the coffers of the people that you are, quote unquote, protecting and serving.
That's right. That way they can fucking learn how to just do things right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Efficiency as opposed to an overbloated mess and waste of time and money.
Jesus Christ.
But that's why that guy was paranoid about people biting into a sandwich, because he's shitty at doing his job. Where does it say where that was?
So it's from USA Today. Let's see. Where does it say? I'm trying to see. Does McChicken, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis Jones.
Yeah. When officer identified as DJ it's just repeating it. I know I didn't eat it. No one else was around. I said, you know what? I'm going to the McDonald's to see if they can get this taken care of. The officer returned to the McDonald's, and the shift supervisor offered him free food. According to the police statement, he refused the food, suspecting the employee had not on his sandwich as a sign of disrespect.
You don't get respect. You earn respect. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking, at least don't be a dumbass about it.
And it doesn't count as respect when you have a gun pointed at me and say, get down on the ground. That's me being compliant because I don't want to get shot.
You know what? If this cop just took the free food, then it would, nobody would have noticed.
He would have saved face.
Yeah, he would have saved face. Yeah. Nobody would have caught him.
Yeah.
But instead, he tried to, put down that employee or whatever, right?
Yeah, try to hold someone accountable.
Yeah.
Hold yourself accountable, sir.
And then he got fucked up. Yeah. That's what you get when you go too far. It's like playing Smite. You don't overextend.
No. When there's a call for retreat, you retreat, sir.
Yeah. So, this one is real. This one I couldn't believe is real. Although I guess it's like that Metal Gear one that we read a while back. Pro-Beijing leader posts photo of CIA agent, creates chaos, twist, it's Matt Damon. Yeah. So
Matt Damon.
So when this got posted...
Oh, it's from the first one, too. It doesn't even look like Matt Damon right now anyways.
Yeah, it's a good young picture of Matt Damon.
All right.
Sexy Matt Damon.
Sure.
Not like now Matt Damon. This is back when he was good looking.
All right.
Yeah.
when he only played lead roles and wasn't antagonists in the other movies?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
The internet is busy over a tweet. Sorry, the internet is busy laughing over a tweet that had surfaced online and features Hollywood actor Matt Damon. No, sorry, a CIA agent. That's as per a tweet shared by Ray Kwong, a pro-Beijing leader, posted a photo of a CIA agent and said that he is stirring up chaos in Hong Kong.
What?
Fuck you, Matt Damon. What you doing?
I gotta look up to see if any of the Bourne movies even take place in China.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because normally it's all American-related stuff, and they'll operate in Europe and stuff like that. But nothing ever is specifically. I don't remember anything specifically being about we're getting attacked from the Chinese government.
I've only seen. I can't remember. There's 4 of them altogether, but I believe the 4th one doesn't star Matt Damon, right?
Yeah, it's Jeremy Renner.
Yes, I think I've only seen the 3rd one and not the first 2. So this is from India Today. Let's see. No surprises for guessing the CIA agent is in question actually Matt Damon from Jason Bourne. Major lol, it actually says that. Matt Damon was cast as Jason Bourne, a former CIA agent in Paul Greengrass 2016 film. Paul Greengrass's... Did it come out in 2016? It feels like it was earlier than that.
Which movie?
The first Bourne movie?
Yeah, it's 2002, 2004, 2007. And then the newest one, I think, is probably 2016.
That's weird.
Yeah, the newest one that's just called Jason Bourne is 2016.
But Matt Damon and Jeremy Renner play the same character, right?
I believe so.
That's weird.
Or it's kind of like a James Bond thing.
Oh, somebody takes over.
No. It's like what's the name? Jack Reacher? Not Jack Reacher. What's the guy? It's like they're trying to make him. God damn it! I'm freaking blanking. It's another one of those spy movies, but it's like a Tom Clancy guy, and he used to be like Harrison Ford played him, and now Shadow Recruit.
I don't know it.
Oh, fucking, I meant to look it up. Anyways, so far I've looked at the first 2 movies. The first one doesn't take place in anywhere particular. The second one, he starts out in India, and he gets framed for something. Almost none of them have anything to do
with Hong Kong.
With Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's just this line here is kind of weird. Matt Damon was cast as Jason Bourne, a former CIA agent, or as former CIA assassin in Paul Grass's 2016 film.
I mean, he was.
So he was in the 2016
Yeah,
film?
that was the newest one that he took back the role. And the guy I was talking about was Jack Ryan. That's what I was talking about.
Wait.
Let me see. You know what? I got to check this 2016 one to see if that's the one.
So which one did Jeremy Renner play Bourne in?
The Bourne Legacy, which is technically the fourth one. The fifth one is the 2016 one.
I see. Okay, so that's where my confusion is. I didn't realize that Matt Damon took up the role again after Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, because the fourth one didn't do so well.
Yeah, I heard it was...
When they tried to pass it on.
Neetons cannot stop laughing over this post. Over this and posted hilarious comments. So I looked at the tweets for this. Unfortunately, there was nothing funny, so I didn't bother bringing anything in. They were all just like, "Lol, it's Matt Damon. Lol, it's Matt Damon. Lol, it's Matt Damon."
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck!" I was hoping for some jokes I could steal, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, I don't see anything in particular about China being the bad guys. It's usually the movies have to do with Jason Bourne getting fucked over somehow, and then him fucking
running away. Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's like. He ran away, and then they didn't let him run away, and then he's back to get his revenge kind of deal.
Yeah,
it's almost the same plot for every single one of the movies, if I'm not mistaken. Like, don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck with you, and then someone fucks with him, and so then he fucks with them.
There we go. Jason Bourne and Matt Damon as Jason Bourne is creating chaos in Hong Kong. So,
thank you, communism.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Oh, hey, who did that article?
That was I mentioned it. It was India Today.
India Today, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. They're just laughing over there in South Asia, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're looking above like, oh, man, you think that we're stupid? Jeez. The communist guys who are freaking banning the internet over there, they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Which one do you think is worse, the Matt Damon one or the Metal Gear one? Which one do you think is a bigger blunder? The Metal Gear being
I feel like the Matt Damon one, because he's a famous person. He's got to have been in movies that went to China, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, even if the people who put out that thing with his photo from the government didn't go see those Jason Bourne movies, like, the people in China probably have seen a movie that Matt Damon has been in to recognize that. So you look stupid to your own people, not even to, like, outside. So I feel like that's worse, whereas the other one was, like, it felt more like someone trying to cast blame on somebody else.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like trying to.
And this was the easiest thing that seemed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an easy reach. No one's gonna give a fuck. Metal Gear came out years ago or whatever, right? But this is like, it's them trying to make a statement that like, look, we know what's going on in the world. These are our operatives are telling us star Matt Damon is actually a CIA agent. Oh, wait, we don't mean Matt Damon. We just mean he looks like Matt Damon. Also, not from the 2016 film where he looks old now. No, the one from 2002 when he was young.
I just wonder how they even came to that. Like, did somebody just trying to mess with them was just like, I wonder if I could just like fuck with everyone here.
The best scenario, no, there's no way. I don't think that would happen. Someone's gonna get shot if they were just fucking around. I think it's more like there might be a operative from America who just looks a lot like Matt Damon from the original Jason Bourne movie. Because there's not going to be an operator that, like, I would highly doubt that they're using field agents that are the age that Matt Damon is now, right? But
no, there'd have to be somebody younger.
Matt Damon 10, 15 years ago age. That might be more likely of a field agent they might actually have out there.
You know what? That's fairly legitimate.
And it's like you know, all white people look the same, all Asian people look the same,
that's
all
probably
brown people
what it
look the
is,
same.
yeah.
You know, it's that kind of shit, right?
But it's not racist because it's against white people.
No, it's not racist because it's from the communist government. You can't be racist in a communist government.
No, you can't. Yeah, communism is the best form of government.
Just like Iraq or what is it? Iran? No, it's what's that dude? God, I can't remember his name anymore. Is it Iran that has no gay people?
It's Iran. Yeah.
Iran has no gay people.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally believe that.
Did you ever see the SNL skit Iran? It goes like Iran so far away.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's about the leader of Iran being gay.
Oh no, I don't think I have. I feel like that's a song that I've heard.
It is a song.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, my favorite line from that is, you know, there's no gay people in Iran, but you're in New York, baby.
Oh, okay.
Andy Samberg wrote the song, so it's you know it's gonna be good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, the last article. Should rivers have same legal rights as humans? a growing number of voices say yes.
As an ulterior motive in it to protect them.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just so that you can like consider anything that's done to them as abuse. That's pretty much it.
Another sovereign.
Yeah. This article was something like 10 fucking pages.
Really?
I only printed out one because
that seems like it was an article written to say something else, and they just used that as a starting point to have the conversation.
It looks at it from like different angles, right? So like the first page looks at it from a worldwide international level, and then the next like 5 or 6 pages is like national, how different countries approach this sort of thinking, and then after that it goes even smaller. It's like cities and then just general people, what they think.
Well, at least they did the research.
Yeah, no, unlike last week where it was like 5 lines of text
for the cake.
For the cake. Yeah. So, you know,
kudos. That's a fluff article that they just wanted to throw ads onto, dude.
This one was from NPR. So, you know, they have the staff, and they for the most part do their homework. Sometimes they're a little bit bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing really that funny here. In early July, Bangladesh became the first country to grant all of its rivers the same legal status as humans. From now on, its rivers will be treated as living entities in a court of law. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, how do you define murdering a lake?
Well, they're not murdering it. I think it's the fact that it's like you can't shit in the river anymore.
But poop is biodegradable. I would imagine it's worse.
Yeah, but enough waste. I mean, look at the Fraser River, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah,
but I mean,
there's a lot of shit in there, and I'm not talking about just poop.
Yeah, no. Well, like what I'm saying is poop is one of the least of our problems.
I know, but it's like humans are a one thing leads to another type of society. One person puts a toe in there, next person goes full deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you can't really have like not strict rules.
Well, wouldn't it be worse to be throwing like
well, who knows what they're throwing in there?
Plastic and shit in there?
But that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what the whole straw thing is about.
Who knows? Well, that's
which I fucking hate. I'm still pro plastic straws, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Take your 5 plastic straws.
In fact, what I might start doing is making straws out of baby sea turtles and then giving those around to people.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very useful in form of straw.
No, but it'll be ironic.
A bit of a stretch, but yeah.
It is, that would be ironic. What's not ironic about that?
Using a turtle as a straw?
Yeah, because that's what everyone's banning straws to protect.
Yeah, I know, but...
That's the irony.
I mean, maybe, but... It seems like a lot of work for a waste of a joke.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It is a lot of work.
You're better off just using 7 straws. I think would make your point a little better.
Fine, but it's still ironic. All right?
Okay, yeah. I'll give that to you.
So what do you think about making lakes...
If there's a problem with people polluting it and stuff like that, then I could see that being a useful thing. But it's tough because it seems so unnecessary, and yet at the same time, people are such pieces of shit that they're willing to rape and pillage land as a natural resource to do whatever they need to do to get what they want out of it, and then when they're done, they take no responsibility for what's left behind in their wake. You know what I mean? Like a company will go and drill or frack, and then once they're done, they just pick up and leave, and it's like, job's done. It's like,
now there's oil in the water.
Yeah, it's like, you didn't finish the job, dude. There's cleanup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if... I feel like extending human rights to rivers would just slow down the process of rivers being protected. Because now you have to...
Why would it slow down if they're adding protections?
No, they're not adding protections.
But if they're telling you that a body of natural resource or water or whatever you want to define it as is considered a human, there's a lot more protections that a human has than a tree does.
Yeah, but now you have to like expand the definition of pretty much everything to include rivers, right? Like,
not necessarily.
Like beating up... No. The river violence against a person is different than violence against a river. Like, how do you define that?
The government will.
Okay, all right.
It's a loose things to deter people from doing anything.
I feel like it'd just be better to make rules against, like wasting, like throwing waste in the river.
Yeah, but this is again, you're forgetting the age that we live in. Mm-hmm. People want to make ideological statements all the time.
Well, that's this is.
What makes an ideological statement? Saying that a river is a person, or that saying that you shouldn't shit and throw bags in the river?
Yeah, the river is a person. But I feel like when you do that, then now you have to take the time to stretch these definitions to include how they would affect a river.
Man,
how do you rape a river?
It's the fucking justice system that's controlled by a bureaucratic government in whatever like capacity. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get pulled into court. They're gonna find you guilty for whatever bullshit thing you want. You're gonna try to argue it. They're probably not gonna listen to your argument unless you have some sort of lawyer that's gonna make up some bullshit reason why you're excluded from polluting in it, which again, ironically, only goes to the people that would be really doing a shitty job.
Yes.
Like corporations and stuff like that have the money to get themselves out of sticky situations like that.
Yeah, they'll just pay, like, they don't care. They'll make more money from whatever they did to that polluted the river
than having to pay for lawyer fees and whatnot. But I don't know. I just see this as a way of trying to get people to respect the environment, but in a more shallow way. I don't know. Again, it's an easy way to enforce the law because if it's ambiguous and loose, then you can do whatever you want.
That's what you think they're trying to go. Do you think they want to do that as a statement and also because it's ambiguous?
Yeah.
Like I said, now you have to expand definitions to include how they would affect river.
No, I don't.
Okay, the government does.
No, I'm saying they don't have to either. That's what they're going to say. I don't have to explain myself. The river has the same human rights. Yeah. Our human rights are written down there.
They could. But basically, they could say whatever they want to expand it. You know, they could just make up whatever they want to fit whatever situation is at hand.
And similarly to, like, say, a kid who couldn't necessarily, like, if they got assaulted or something like that, couldn't necessarily enforce their human rights of, you know, not being assaulted. The government then steps in and decides whether or not the child was assaulted or not for them. Yeah. In a similar fashion, the river would be decided on who assaulted the river based on the action done and based on what the government, that government in particular, decides.
So if I went to that river and I punched it, do you think that would
I think you get a free pass.
I think
you'd be more likely that if you dumped like a whole truck of garbage into it, that would be the version of assault that they'd be going for.
All right. That's kind of like a really big punch.
Yeah.
Okay.
A punch that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Relevant to the crime and the crime that is being committed against the victim.
Okay.
You can't punch water for the water to get hurt. But if you shit a lot in the water, eventually it tastes like shit and doesn't taste like water anymore. That's shitting / punching, assaulting the water.
Got it. Okay. All right. I'm glad that
you
expanded this one definition to let me know what they're saying.
I can do what the government does too. I can just make up bullshit on the spot. It's easy, boy.
Yeah, so easy. I think you're right. Now that I think about it, it's just so that they can make up bullshit to fit up whatever scenario. Yeah. And as an ideological statement. You just reminded me, although it's slightly off topic. You know, like apartments and buildings in Vancouver are frequently built like against city regulations. And, and like
that's
like
like
you
a
mentioned,
lot of things.
Yeah, but we mentioned, like they just make more money off the building that they get fined like $10,000, they'll just fucking pay it.
And then
right?
No, the building goes to the government and not me. But whatever, I already made all this money off the contract.
I don't even think the government has the right to take a building at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think that that would be the logical thing. Is like, well, you fucked us over. You built this building, you used all the money and resources that we allowed you to use. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna take it as assets.
Well, as far as I know, the government technically has.
And they already own the fucking land. It's not like
the government owns all the land.
It's just fucking stupid. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
I just hate that in general. That you individual people can't buy land anymore.
You can't own land.
That's what I'm saying. You can't own it. That's so fucking stupid, dude. Like. I don't want us to pay taxes anymore. If I have enough money, no more taxes to you, government. I'm keeping this shit going.
Careful, man. You're going to be hated by all the SJWs everywhere. They think that if you make any decent amount of money or own any property, that you should pay like an ass load of taxes.
Yeah,
okay?
well, I already do, dude. 20% of my wage is already too much. Considering that we've already talked about how dissatisfied with the service of the police that I've been given, and the fact that there's so much bureaucratic bullshit you have to go through. Like, even though healthcare is free, and I'm totally happy with that in general, the fact that like I'm 30 and I still don't have a doctor that I see because I can't find one because they're always busy because everyone's all fully booked.
That's what you and Mel said. No, for me, I found my GP super fucking easily.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to the hospital in the Superstore that's near my place just because it was the one with a clinic that I could see the fastest.
Yeah.
And the person I saw there was like the best clinician I had ever had in my entire
It
life.
might just be the fact that you went to somewhere that people don't normally go. Because most people
it's
go
inside the superstore where you think the dumbest people would go.
No, I feel like most people want quote unquote good health care, right? So they're not going to go to superstore for
Fair enough.
healthcare.
You know what? You might be right.
You know what I mean? It's like Walmart or a literal doctor's office. Which one do you think is more qualified?
Fair enough. The literal doctor's office is likely.
It's not a fucking photo development place where it's just you putting something in a chemical. It's like, this is my fucking knee we're talking about.
Well, I went...
But to your point probably you're about to make is that this person was actually
This guy was
capable.
fucking dope, yeah. And so I went there, and then, like, after the first time I went there, I'm just like, oh, I think I might just start going to the superstore all the time instead of the other clinic that I used to go to. And so after, like, my 4th or 5th visit, he's just like, hey, do you want me to be your like, your family doctor?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, okay, how do I sign up for that? And he was just like, just fill this paper out, and then I can be your family doctor. I'm like, oh, all right, awesome. And I did it.
That's a lot easier than I've ever had. I've been doing walk-in clinics and avoiding the hospital for as much as I can.
I don't know. I go to the hospital for like almost every little thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I'm like that, but then I usually just tell myself that I'm paranoid and going crazy, and then I just put it out of my mind. Like that time that I thought I swallowed a staple.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I
do that shit all the time. I had it actually come back at work a couple years ago. I sprayed this spray in the back of my throat by accident, and it's like a chemical spray that's supposed to like thin out inks and stuff like that.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
I like didn't think about it until like recently, because I've been having like not weird health issues, like my heart kind of hurt and stuff like that, but like whatever. Again, I'm a hypochondriac to a certain degree where anytime anything goes wrong with me, I instantly think it's cancer or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, this was 2 years ago that I sprayed this shit down my throat.
And you're just thinking about it like
now,
recently.
And then I read the can at work, and it's like, if swallowed, contact a doctor. Do not induce vomiting. And I'm like, shit. And then I just started feeling sick to my stomach, like as if it's all coming back to me, like I just did it.
It's almost like a placebo effect, but you
can't
stop it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm losing my shit, right? Yeah. So I just moved on with my life. I don't feel so bad anymore, but but yeah, it's like, I think I've seen a doctor once in the last 10 years.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, and it was a walk-in. Okay, twice.
Yeah.
Because I got my blood done one time, and then I was having like stomach issues, and then I got a little bit of some sort of medication for it, so my stomach wasn't so shitty. But yeah, I should get a doctor, to be honest. I'm getting to that age where it's time to get my balls felt up. Sorry, my butthole.
Yeah, it's butthole, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like the idea of getting a GP is honestly kind of overrated. I feel like almost any clinician should be able to handle like 95% of
issues, but then
right?
Not having a GP means that you have to go through the whole song and dance of waiting in walk-in clinics, going at the right time. GP is like you schedule, they're available, you show up, it gets handled.
It is nicer.
It's way more efficient than what it is. Like, you could call up your GP and make an appointment for next week. Mm-hmm. I'd have to just guess when I can walk into a walk-in clinic and actually get seen.
I must have crazy good luck with walk-in clinics, because like even for like the last 10 years, almost any time I went to a random walk-in clinic, I wait like 20 minutes at most.
Oh, really? Yeah, you might just have luck with that particular thing, because whenever I do it, it's like hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. Like,
well, maybe not even that. I do have better luck than some people. Some people wait for like 5-6 hours. Jesus Christ. Like when my friend had heat stroke last week or the week before. I think it was last week. She was there from like, she took an ambulance from wherever she was outside to the emergency room, and was there from like 3-4 o'clock till 12 at night.
Jesus Christ!
Like intermittently getting tested and whatnot.
Yeah, because
make sure they're okay.
That's the emergency.
But that's what
room,
I'm saying.
Right? Yeah,
you know, like what is that? 6-7 hours? No, more than that. 8 hours sitting in a fucking empty room. Not an empty room, a waiting room. You know what I mean? It's fucking such bullshit.
I mean, I was in one overnight once when I got my
getting
heart
treated,
virus.
right?
Yeah. Well, they treated me like they did tests on me at night, and then it was.
But did you have a gurney that you were in a room? Or
I was in a room, and I had the gurney.
That's getting treated, motherfucker. She was in a waiting room, and she actually almost had heat stroke.
Jesus Christ.
So,
yeah,
you know, sometimes
shit luck.
You guess you have better luck with getting sick and stuff like that than I do.
Well,
I'm just lucky that I can walk and get stabbed and make it to the hospital.
Well, I remember the first time I heard you guys when we were in Saskatchewan, and we were talking about like going to see a clinic, and like all of you guys were just like, oh, I don't, it's annoying to go see one because you have to wait an hour and a half to 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had heard that, and in my mind I was just like, what the fuck, waiting an hour and a half to 2 hours, what are you guys talking about? Every time I go, it's like a 20-minute wait.
Yeah.
Like, where's this hour and a 2 half?
That might just be a weird thing with your reality that's easier for you to hook up.
Yeah,
because it's like me with jobs, where I'll go for a job, and whatever job I interview for, I get that job.
Oh fuck, I'm so jealous of that.
What it's guaranteed. If I get a real interview, I'm getting that job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need to learn how to do that.
Like when people are like, I can never get a job, I'm like, that's because you're not trying. Because honestly, like I swear in interviews, and I'm totally like just me, but just like atoned. Like on
just
on
slightly
like
off
3,
yeah,
like on instead the volume scale instead of 11, and I get away with it.
Yeah. No, I'm terrible at job interviews. Your cat is presenting to us.
Yeah, he's just airing himself out because he's fluffy.
Yeah, don't worry, cat. We'll give you some air soon. Fuck. Oh,
how we doing?
We're at 1:30.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit shorter after I edit it. Because you always edit. No, editing only makes it shorter.
Yeah, because you're cutting out stuff.
Yeah, you're definitely not adding time.
I had a funny one. It's not so funny because there was a shooting recently. Like 2 shootings. Yeah, there was one that happened like today in El Paso or something like that.
I did not know about this.
There was one that happened earlier in the week or like last week that was at like a garlic festival or something like that. But this one in El Paso was a little bit worse. It was like 20 to 40 people got shot or
Jesus
something.
Christ.
I don't know all the details of it, so I'm not going to go into it. We can talk about it next week if it still is news or whatever. But before it happened, I had a funny joke.
Okay.
I said, this is the modern day stop, drop, and roll, but for an active shooter.
Okay, all right.
It's Naruto run.
Oh my god, all right.
Serpentine and use low cover.
I don't know what serpentine is.
It's like zigzag.
Oh, I see, okay. So if there's a shooter, you got a Naruto run, zigzag.
Arms back, Naruto run, zigzag, and you always use low cover when possible.
There we go. Okay, all right. We got to be teaching all our kids this shit.
It doesn't roll off your tongue as stop, drop, and roll. But
it's all about the safety, man, okay? Yeah. It's not about making it sound nice. I fucking hate that it's called a Naruto run.
I love that. That's hilarious.
I was doing that shit when it was Dragon Ball Z, man.
They didn't do it as much in Dragon Ball Z because they were teleporting around and shit like that.
Okay, at the start of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball, I should say, Goku did do that run a lot, okay?
Yeah, but almost everybody in Naruto runs like that.
That's true. It's pretty much how they are. It's all about that like aerodynamic.
They're moving so fast they can't hold their arms forward.
Yeah, that's right. Takes too much energy to actually move the arms back and forth like that. It's waste. It's all about efficiency.
I also had a random joke that's like not too well thought out or anything, but I can't remember how we were talking about it. I was talking with a friend, and I think we were talking about the show The Boys or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And they were asking like, what would be a power to like have? I can't remember what the question was.
What power do you want or something?
Kind of, but like a power that would like fuck over somebody, and I'm like the power to make someone shit themselves, because you can just imagine like it's Superman and he's fighting up Darkseid, and then you just point at him and then he just shits his pants, and he's in his tights, but he still has to keep fighting.
Yeah, well, I feel like Superman, knowing Superman, I mean, one argument would be that he has butt cheeks of steel. And he's
no. This is your superpower. It's a superpower. It overrides natural affinities.
I would hope Superman just doesn't even notice it. He just shits himself and he just keeps fighting.
I'm just saying that for any scenario, though. Like,
fair enough.
Think of it as an anti-superhero where you just go around pointing at all the superheroes, making them shit themselves.
Awesome. Well, I think we're
good.
Yeah. I forgot to fucking bring the cardboard again. God damn it.
The cardboard for what?
We discussed this last week.
Oh, the coasters? Yeah. Well, we just get something made. Oh, that's how the question got started. It was, how would you make a or no, what superhero would you make shit their pants?
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then I just extrapolated from that of having the power to make people shit their pants all the time. Like, fuck one superhero. Just every superhero can shit their pants. Just to make them shoot their pants.
Man, you could kill somebody with that. You just keep pointing at them. Yeah.
Keep tapping them for shit?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long Superman would last, but you keep pointing at him. Like,
I would have to say that there has to be some natural element of it. It just makes you evacuate whatever shit you have.
Okay.
Regardless if you actually need to take a poop. But if you're like, you're probably going to take a poop like later today or tomorrow morning or something, you shit that out right away. So it might not even be prepped. It might be like, that like light brown poop?
Yes.
Where it hasn't been fully digested yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Water in it or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of that happening.
Okay, all right.
A lot of soft serve.
A lot of soft serve for shitting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I open the podcast, so you close it out.
All right. Well, this is going to be a little bit long-winded for my words of wisdom. But it goes with our theme of shitting on cops for this episode.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess we did do that quite a bit.
There's been at least 2 points before this.
Yes.
So since the cops are shitty at doing their job,
yeah,
I have found specifically in our city that they don't take a lot of action unless there's a literal crime being committed. Like, unless there's a crime in progress being committed,
yes,
they won't do anything. So if you think someone's shady and you call the cops ahead of time, they'll be like, call us back when he's raped you.
Yeah.
So,
because they're not actually, technically, they don't protect.
Yeah. They only resolve crimes.
Yeah, because like I think it's illegal to force someone to put themselves in harm's way.
That's so fucking
and that
stupid,
applies
dude.
to police as well.
That's so fucking
something
stupid.
Along the lines
That's
of that.
the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You became a police officer, protect and fucking serve these nuts.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what your job is. You know what I mean? Fuck you. You get to go around walking around with a fucking gun. I don't get to walk around with a fucking gun because if I did, trust me, no one would be fucking assaulting me.
All right. Anyways, get to what you wanted.
My words of wisdom are: just skip to the part where you've already been raped and tell the cops that before it happens.
Oh, that sounds pretty smart.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't tell the cops I think I'm going to be raped or that this guy's going to assault me. Just tell them I've already been raped. Come down to the street, and then they'll come find you and they'll be like, "So where did you get raped?" It's like, I haven't, but the guy was the one who's been going to assault me.
That guy was good. He has them rapey eyes.
Yeah, he had the rape eyes. So. That's my words of wisdom is just tell the cops that the crime's already been committed, even if it hasn't been committed. Because guess what? They're not doing their job, so make them do their job.
Yeah, fuck. The good word of wisdom. Good words of wisdom.
But otherwise, good night, everybody. And go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourselves.